Okay, good morning, everyone. My name's Matt Fleming, and I am one of the business development team at Enhance. Welcome to day 2 of our MTech Virtual Summit. Today's session is being presented by Microsoft, by Hillary Batchelder, who is the Microsoft UK Product Manager for Business Applications. And I will hand over to Hillary in a second. We just have the usual housekeeping. It wouldn't be a webinar without housekeeping in place for this session. The session is going to last about 40 minutes. You will be in listen-only mode, simply because if we have 10 or 15 people asking questions at the same time, it all gets a little bit unmanageable. But as is usual with GoToMeeting, you do have a questions pane on the right-hand side. You can place your questions in there, and what we'll do is we'll respond to those questions after the session. If you are an existing Enhance client, then what I might do is pass those questions to your account manager. Failing that, I'll come back to yourself, or if you prefer, if you get a thought later on today about a question that you need, then send that in via an email to sayhello@enhance.com. As I say, yesterday was all about Dynamics GP, and today we're talking about Dynamics 365 Business Central and the Dynamics applications. So it seems fitting that at this halfway point between Dynamics GP and Business Central, our next presentation is from Microsoft. Our relationship with Microsoft over the last 12 to 18 months has gone closer. We've achieved a number of additional accreditations around Azure, the Microsoft Cloud and Power Platform. And this year we were actually recognized by Microsoft as one of their Partners of the Year finalists, which is quite an achievement, really. So that was great. Today we have Hillary with us, and yesterday I ran a session around the Microsoft Dynamics GP lifecycle, and I finished off that session with the question, where do you go from here? And the fact that moving forward it was a journey. Hillary today is going to share her experience and Microsoft's experience of that journey with a presentation on digital transformation and innovation. So I will now be quiet, which is what I do best, and hand over to Hillary. Thanks, Hillary.
Thanks so much, Matt, and just great to meet all of you. Thanks for inviting me along today to talk about how you can accelerate digital transformation using our Microsoft Business Applications and the Power Platform. So I'll just do a quick introduction. Yeah, as Matt said, and congrats again, Matt, on all of your growth and all that you're doing to support customers. Really fantastic. So as Matt said, yeah, we'll walk through our mission at Microsoft, what we're seeing in terms of digital transformation, and a few examples of how this takes place within business applications. And yeah, exactly. Yesterday, I guess you're on a journey with these 2 days. So yesterday was about Dynamics GP, and today, yeah, moving forward into the cloud with Business Central and Dynamics 365. So I'll keep going if I make it move. Yeah. So I think you probably clocked my accent. I am from the US, but funnily enough, I've never worked for Microsoft corporate or US. So I just put my hometown of Rocky Hill, New Jersey on the top left. And actually at the bottom left, you see Munich, Germany, which is where I started my career at Microsoft as a business manager. And I've been over here in the UK, so I'm broadcasting from London in the UK for almost 2 years now. So enough about me and over to Microsoft and our mission. So our mission really acts as our North Star in everything that we do. Every product choice we make, how we show up with our customers, it's really in the fabric of our company. So you can see it there. And when we talk about it, I mean, it's a pretty big mission, right? Empowering people, that's meaning about the right tools, and with those right tools, anyone can really become anything. And the on the planet part is pretty bold as well, I would say. It's pretty interesting in our mission. So it's about our technology, not just touching that, US, my little hometown of Rocky Hill, New Jersey, but and not even just our Western Hemisphere, but making this a truly global mission. And it's bold and big on purpose. we really think that there's huge opportunity, and we do want to share just our own stories, our own growth of living our mission in action. So yeah, the transition, industries in transition. I think probably everyone on this call has experienced quite the year. And I think you probably have interacted with digital technology, even on a personal level, in a different way, right, in the last 12 to 18 months. So there was a massive transition happening, and I think we've all experienced that on a personal level, and now that's continuing in our industries. So digital disruption, I mean, that's forcing every single company to really rethink how they're using data to reinvent themselves. A huge part of this transition is about reinventing how all of these different businesses, all of you guys, even us, engage with our customers, our business processes, and how we take advantage of all of that data and intelligence. So one example that I think we could probably all have an experience with is the retail industry. So, at the moment, it's really having to reinvent itself with new types of customer experiences and integrating that across marketing, across online sales, in-store sales, and merchandising. Manufacturing is doing the same, streamlined production and connected products. And then, healthcare, with advances in technology, we're seeing that moving from disease control and management to proactive wellness, managing the current situation. All of that data plays a huge role in how that industry is evolving. And I think quite a few of you are from the nonprofit sector, and depending on organization size, you definitely have your own challenges. Cash, non-for-profit finance, partial VAT exemption, all of these are really crucial for you to operate, and having a handle on the data in the back end is what allows you to make better decisions. Oh, that one went well. So yeah, I think data is kind of the name of the game, and the world that we live in is evolving quickly, and probably even quicker. It's felt over the past few months. The types of business requirements that we have are driven by highly informed customers, and they have access to lots of information as well. And everyone really has more access to data. Products are now designed to be directly connected to us as customers. Think of an Apple Watch, think of different types of cars, creating an always-on connection that gives us real-time insights as businesses. So it's not just about the volume of that data, but I think more importantly, it's about using that data to make intelligent decisions and reasoning. So that gives us as organizations all the ability to gather insights and take intelligent actions to further our businesses. So that's why we see data really as the new currency for organizations. So yeah, if you didn't really pick it up from the first few slides, digital transformation is the topic, kind of the cornerstone of what I'll be discussing with you all today. And it's not, I mean, it's good for a good reason, right? So it's here to stay. It's a phenomenon that's actively fueling the success and also the failures of every organization. So when we want to look towards that journey, as Matt spoke about, I think it's okay. Some organizations, or even people within organizations, some of us feel really excited about it. And we see organizations reaping real and tangible rewards from that. So there are positive disruptions that can really move a business forward. But it's also okay when for others that topic of digital transformation might be causing tension, might be causing anxiety. There are legitimate concerns about getting that whole digital transformation, quote unquote, concept right. And really that is also true. Future success does depend on making this transition in a really intelligent way. So yeah, I think it's something where it's not one size fits all, clearly, and each organization we're really all on our own trajectory and it's kind of an iterative process on how we embrace and evolve it. So, so yeah, I think we can step back a little bit, and I have a few things that can hopefully help demystify it a little bit for all of us. There's always a good time to throw up an image of our CEO at Microsoft, Satya Nadella. I think this quote's a really helpful one. So, really grounding ourselves in the idea of innovation. And just speaking about his views on our product suite, Dynamics 365, we as a company have really been investing in our Dynamics products. Microsoft's largest product investment this year is within the Dynamics 365 product suite. That's, he's really putting his money where his mouth is. And I would say one quote that I read recently was he said, quote, "The complete notion of business transformation is something that only Microsoft can do. And that is why I care so much about the mainstreaming of Dynamics. It's not just about Dynamics on its own, it's Dynamics at the center of the company." So he really sees this kind of product group as the future of Microsoft. And I'm definitely here to help underscore that, the investments that we're making. And Matt and his team can help you guys realize all of that value that's being put in. So yeah, again, this is about a journey. It's, as I said, not a one size fits all scenario. You can't just and probably shouldn't just execute a massive disruption in one chess move. It's really a longer journey, incremental steps towards a long goal. And hopefully when we break it down into that kind of iterative view, it just becomes a little bit less daunting for all of us. And I think it's important to also think about, what is the purpose of true digital transformation? What does it mean? So, really, when we look at digital transformation, this is the model that helps us break it down. So it's centered around the notion that data is coming first, and it's really coming from kind of everywhere. So it's coming from your customers, it's coming from your operations, products, and also employees. So every time a customer maybe talks about you on social media or visits your website, walks into your office or store, maybe there's a camera there, employees updating LinkedIn profiles, scheduling meetings, having conference calls, maybe on Microsoft Teams, I don't know, or whether machines in your factory are working, all of that is producing data. So, so it's really about harnessing it and pulling it together holistically to analyze it and therefore gain intelligence. So that's what we kind of call this digital feedback loop. So data plus intelligence is kind of the key part there. And yeah, I would say that that's kind of where we can use that data to predict maybe what our customers need, and then have the supply on the back end so that what the customer demand is can be filled. Or maybe predicting when in the manufacturing space a piece of equipment might be in a challenging spot, and making sure that it gets resolved. And so really it's kind of turning that data plus intelligence into action. So this feedback goes into our business processes, allowing us to change, not probably wholesale, but again, iterative change that allows us to make better decisions, serve our customers better, optimize our operations quicker. All of that then kind of goes back out into those four quadrants. So I hope that was helpful. That's really how we look at digital transformation through this digital feedback loop. Yeah, and then it's kind of over into our cloud and how we can help support that. So we're really leading this digital revolution through Azure, Microsoft Azure, which is the premier enterprise cloud, which offers a global, trusted, and hybrid secure platform. I think the important piece about Azure to think about is that we're investing more than $1 billion a year in security. We employ more than 3,500 security experts to protect your information. So that security piece, that your data is secure on our cloud, is, and it's more secure than the data center in potentially your company's server room. That's a core part of what we invest in and deliver. So why would you want to upgrade to a cloud ecosystem? There are probably, there are a lot of reasons to do it, and the reason for your company is probably a unique reason, or a reason that's going to, make more sense for you. I'll kind of just talk a little bit broadly about it, and maybe a couple of these ideas kind of resonate with you. So, really, it's about taking advantage of different integrations and different real-time data. So one thing that you can do is create modules that work well alone and even better together. Another option is flexibility. So you have the flexibility to enable companies to reimagine their business processes, align your organizations, even different departments. You can adopt individual apps, and you can basically have flexibility to rapidly add integrated capabilities as demand arises. Another reason that we see customers going to the cloud, they look for unified platform infused with intelligence. So basically everything kind of running well together. Leveraging Power Platform. So I'll talk a little bit about that later. But that includes Power BI, Power Apps, and Flow. That basically allows you to connect your different systems in a seamless way. You can also extend, your estate, building your own apps for your specific industries. I think Matt and his team generally can help with that. And then you can also integrate with the suite of Microsoft 365 products. So, that's, our Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, SharePoint, all of that, and Teams can integrate together. And I'll talk a little bit about integrations with Teams in a little bit. And then, the security piece. So our investments in Azure Cloud, all of the information and technology that we just are really working to make it the safest platform globally.
One of the things I said yesterday, Hillary, in my presentation was there's an awful lot there to take in terms of desktop, in terms of Office, in terms of cloud, and we're here to help. So there's different ways you can engage with us, but talk to Hans, and I'm sure we can help.
Totally, yeah. I think it's just such a unique journey for each industry, not even each organization. So definitely, I think that's where we kind of take these broader concepts, broader tools, and then distill them into a plan that makes sense for you and your organization. So it's amazing to have you guys here to help with that. And so I guess this is going a little bit deeper into the dynamic side of the world, and why, you might think about Dynamics ERP and moving on to the cloud. It's about keeping your business competitive. It's about breaking down information and maybe silos, even with different departments, so that you have a connected set of data and experiences. So that's really why we see organizations moving over. It's really about innovation around their processes and the customer experience. So it connects, Dynamics 365 does connect that data and experiences across these different applications. So it can connect your ERP, maybe Business Central, with a set of turnkey solutions like our Power Platform with Power BI or Flow, Power Apps, as well as Microsoft Office's productivity tools, the Excels and Outlooks that we mentioned. With Dynamics 365, business applications work in unison to optimize your productivity, collaboration, and intelligence to grow and evolve your business, finding new ways to provide values to your customers. But again, I think it's about, really thinking, okay, where do we want to iterate? Where do we see data getting holed up and not really flowing from maybe one department to another, or one system to another? I think that's usually a good place to start that kind of conversation internally. And then, bring in Matt's team to help you kind of scope out what makes the most sense for your organization. So yeah, I think that what makes the most sense part, you clearly have lots of options. So, we look at these as kind of a portfolio of applications that you can add as you need and basically create the kind of systems and information and data flow that makes sense for you. So I do want to focus in on that nice kind of teal on the right, Business Central. So that's a product that's been receiving a lot of investment and support from the top, as we saw with Satya Nadella, our CEO, earlier. So Business Central is really about providing comprehensive business management. So the focus is on ensuring business continuity, and it's a cloud solution that connects, your sales, service, finance, and operations teams to help everybody deliver kind of faster results and adapt to all of that change that we talked about. So I think that, yeah, Matt and I were even talking about how mHands can really help you uncover those possibilities, particularly in the nonprofit space. We were talking about donations management and fundraising, tailored solutions that all sit on D365. So yeah, want to then look at some just kind of newer or exciting investments that we're making in this Dynamics product suite. So these are things that I think Satya himself is pretty excited about, and hopefully you'll be too. So yeah, so marketing, that's the first one I wanted just to focus on, just dive a little bit deeper. So this is Dynamics 365 marketing, and we just announced some innovation around customer journey orchestration. So yeah, that's really about kind of helping create a coordinated effort across different touch points for our customers, from frontline to fulfillment, back office to service. So it's really kind of taking away that idea of a monolithic CRM or monolithic ERP system, and really bringing those insights and data out so that everyone in your organization can act on the insights that you're gaining from the data and adapting and changing. So yeah, customer journey orchestration, it really helps teams driving customer experiences to engage those customers in real-time based interactions across marketing and sales and commerce. So it even allows organizations to personalize with AI. There's just a lot going on here that allows our different customers to collect kind of real-time data and then act on that within the organization. So this customer journey orchestration brings it all together and engages customers in real time. And one example of this that I thought might be interesting, we really love working with UNICEF Netherlands. So that's the Dutch branch of the United Nations agency. They're responsible for providing humanitarian and development aid to children worldwide. So private donors and volunteers who contribute to their resources and effort and influence to support UNICEF, they're essential to their mission's success. Maybe that resonates with you all, with the kind of how you get donations, how you bring volunteers in, and they collect contributions in 35 countries, including UNICEF Netherlands. And the reason why they're using Microsoft Dynamics 365 Customer Insights and that customer journey orchestration that we talked about is that they can better engage with their donors and build lifetime loyalty by delivering real-time and meaningful personalized messages across the right touch points at the right time. So yeah, this is something just to think about. Maybe it's a little bit farther in the future. Maybe it's something you're thinking about already, but that's just a real-time example of how this kind of customer journey orchestration data flowing from systems to help make better decisions kind of across the board, and ultimately help you connect better with your key stakeholders. And then, yeah, definitely another really exciting one that's coming up is our Microsoft Teams integration. So definitely there are many use cases and examples of this. So we've added dozens of new integration points across the entire Dynamics 365 portfolio, but just want to kind of dive deeper into this one. There we go. So across the portfolio, we're bringing the power of Microsoft Teams and Dynamics 365 together in the flow of work. So that's about helping people within the company work across roles, across teams, across business divisions to better engage with customers. So yeah, so these are ones that were announced at Ignite, really enabling people to access and share, ultimately collaborate on business data within teams and dynamics. So the real cost of context switching is well known, both to organizations and individuals, and that's really about, kind of productivity loss that can have an impact on an organization's bottom line, and it kind of is not the greatest experience as an employee. I don't know if any of you on this webinar relate to that, but yeah, in the end, this integration is about spending time in communication and collaboration tools. But bringing the data into the tools where you're collaborating, or you and your colleagues are collaborating. So that kind of brings together salespeople, service representatives, operations managers, and more to really collaborate in one place where the data and collaboration are happening together. And ultimately, yeah, that can help you, connect better with your own customers. So yeah, just one last kind of piece to dive into is the Power Platform. So what I was talking about earlier, the examples we've already just looked at, those are kind of about, connecting dynamics out, like we just connected dynamics to teams. Speaking of connection, we also have the Power Platform that allows all of us to analyze, act, and automate in ways that can make a really big impact across our businesses. So on the analyze side, that's really what we mean, making sense of data through interactive dashboards, unlocking insights to drive businesses forward. We're finding that that analyze piece, it's going beyond just kind of folks that are in charge of data and analysis, and pretty much everyone in across the organization needs to be able to make sense of the data that they have at hand. So the act part, that's really about providing actions to create intelligent business processes via Power Apps without having to write code, which is helpful because I probably will never be able to do that, but I can build a Power App. And then automating, that's leveraging flow, so automating workflows between apps and services. So just want to kind of dive a little into the Power App side of life. So yeah, it's a really exciting space, I would say. Low code, no code application development. It's really a platform that allows businesses' needs to build professional web and mobile apps that solve business challenges. As you can see here, it's kind of about democratizing that ability. So definitely working in tandem with our friendly IT departments. And I think it's something that we do at our best. We do it with IT involved, but then also allowing the rest of the company to be able to create the apps that will then take in the data that's going to better your company. Maybe reducing the cost of building those applications and allowing that dev team to kind of fly free on other areas where you're challenged, and ultimately empowering everybody across the company to really turn maybe a cool idea into an app and solve business problems. And I've seen that happen just here at Microsoft. Maybe it's we're running an event with a partner and we have an app to help gather data on what we want to talk about. We also did at Microsoft Germany, we did a hackathon with our entire company, with partners, with customers, and we used the app to help navigate everybody and get them through. Well, this was back in the day, but when we all met en masse, but get through the building, get through the event, and we had fun challenges that people use the app for. So yeah, it's kind of an endless possibilities, and I think it's really exciting. And then I think the piece is connecting that to business transformation. So obviously off-the-shelf software can be really expensive. Hiring developers can also be expensive, but with Power Apps and of course our partners supporting, I I think we all can create apps efficiently and easily, saving those development and maintenance costs. Power Apps saves time as development is faster, professionals are more efficient, and all cutting costs. So you can kind of build those apps to solve business challenges, but then also drive kind of savings within your business. So yeah, I think if we take away anything from this presentation, I think there's a lot of opportunity out there, and we think it's definitely there for you at the Microsoft Cloud. Definitely, it's about having this journey and really selecting the pieces of it that make the most sense for your business. So clearly, we have a pretty comprehensive portfolio to support, as we said at the beginning, every organization across their business needs. We're really the only company that has a full tech stack to support both tech adoption and tech capability building, and really ultimately increase your chances of succeeding through all of that transition and transformation that we talked about at the beginning. That our tech stack offers unparalleled integration, architectural coherence, openness, and extensibility. Of course, this includes our SaaS applications, including our productivity suite with Microsoft 365, which we talked about, but also LinkedIn and the lovely Dynamics 365. And this also includes GitHub and Power Platform plus Azure, all providing the most comprehensive developer toolkit and platform enabling business, professional, and citizen developers alike. So with the foundation of integrated identity, security, and management and compliance offerings spanning every part of our cloud solutions, it's really a very comprehensive, hopefully exciting tech stack for you guys to kind of think about and approach what makes the most sense for your business. So, while all of that tech part is really important, the most important part is about how that tech really allows you to achieve what you're setting out to do as an organization. And one last piece where we're investing currently that you might be interested in is that we are investing in these industry clouds. So we've announced those in the last few months, and we're continuing to extend our industry breadth, not only with Dynamics 365 and Power Platform, but across the full Microsoft Cloud. So just want to bring it back full circle, all of those innovations that are enabled by the full power of the Microsoft Cloud, along with the unique specialized skills of our amazing partner ecosystem. This is all a continuing journey that we're also making and investing in ways that are going to support you as you tackle all of the challenges ahead and really build strong businesses that are succeeding. So yeah, that was pretty much what we wanted to cover today. I really want to thank all of you and hope you've been able to put any questions in the chat. I know Matt and his team are routing them to the right people, but just really want to hope that this was interesting. Maybe you learned one or two things, and just hope you can think about how you want to approach this from your own business's point of view.
I think that was really good, Hillary. I really do. That was excellent. I know we talked yesterday about how we moved forward, and that word keeps cropping up. It is a journey. We haven't got bottomless pockets. These things do cost money, and we do have to work with the customers to decide where best to invest. But one of the things I did say yesterday is plan. Look at what you want to do, guys. Where you're going to maximize the return on your investment, and produce a plan and work with them hands to produce a plan of how we move forward, how we continue to improve. But it is iterative. We do need to come back. We need to revisit it. But there's plenty of food for thought there in terms of cloud, in terms of integration, touch points, and data. So that was really good. Thank you very much, Hillary. We will respond to. Thank you. We will respond to questions that have come in. We'll route them through to the account managers, or myself or marketing will be in touch. But that's great. Thanks, Hillary. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. We've got further sessions that are scheduled on our events page. Please feel free to visit them and have a good day. Thanks, Hillary. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.